Alright, so. Yeah. Ads, what are you gonna do? So let's see if we can find out any new information about this case. Huh, do you usually get days off for... Wow, look at that window. That's some fog right there. It kind of looks like somebody painted our window. Alright. I honestly have no idea what the game wants me to do, so we're just going to wander around talking to all the NPCs randomly. Is that dude over there okay? I find it kind of weird everyone's already forgotten about it, though. Usually murder cases last a bit longer. Yes. The large chain cheap department store is making biological weapon fog. You are a smart man. I wonder if this fog has something to do with that. Okay, it's talking about gonna do anything. Igor, you got any help for me? Igor, not Igor. Got anything to tell me? No. Oh, but I might actually be able to... What level am I? Okay. There is actually something I can do really quick, and I'm gonna go ahead and take the time to do it now so that I don't forget to do it later. Igor? Okay. So let me see here. So I need a hexagon spread. I already have 2 of what I need for that, which is good. So I need 4 slots. Because I'm not going to be doing any more social linking, I can just toss out the persona I don't care about. So I have... I'm almost certain that Maverick is right. It's supposed to be pronounced Igor, but I just tend to read phonetically sometimes, so for some reason I keep saying Igor. Alright. So we need Matador, Daisoju, Pablasag, and Tatui. I've already forgotten some of those. we needed Matador. Hierophant Daisoju and Emperor Palbasag. Okay. Emperor Palbasag and Hierophant. Oh, I don't have Hierophant. Interesting. Okay, how do I fuse that? Gainsha and Kinky. Okay. Do I have the slot? The slots for that? Just barely. Okay. Daisoju or something? Let's see. Kinky and then Gainsha and Star. Here we go. Oh, did I say I don't have Hierophant? I'm gonna say I don't have Daisoju of the Hierophant Arcana. This guy. I need this guy. And what he has actually does not matter. So that's fine. This did cost a lot, but there's a reason I'm doing this. Whoa! Sounds are getting a little messed up there for a second. Let's see. Yes, I know, I'm stripping the Hama off this dude. I'm just a horrible person, aren't I? Samsara? Oh, I probably shouldn't have stripped those Hamas off him. Oh well, good thing I have no intention of using him whatsoever. Now we are going to fuse Trumpeter. You're going to fuse a very specific Trumpeter. Just double checking what I need here. Come on, game, work with me, please, okay? the desire to strangle Margaret is getting high. This one is easier to do. What I'm doing, if you don't know, is that rank 10 requires a trumpeter with mind charge. Tatooine has mind charge, it's just a matter of getting it to roll. So you see, trumpeter would rather roll literally everything else. Because he's rolled repel physical twice. 3 times. And has not rolled mind charge once. 6 times, or 5 times now. Why is he inheriting power charge better than mind charge? What's going on here? Oh god, I'm having flashbacks to that Dominion. There we go! The rest of these are not great, but I don't care. Trumpeter is a really good persona. I probably could have waited to get this fused when the Judgment Arcana maxed, but I would have legitimately forgotten it, and it would be really bad if I didn't get this settled now. I was like, can we get another level? Can we get another level for Mega Dolan? No, I can't. I'll probably refuse him later. I eventually do need to do an all social link run just to get all the stuff fused. See, I never registered him, so we talked to Margaret. Margaret, that was terrible. Okay, you do have to step out and step back in. I thought you did, but I wanted to check. So we step out, we go back in, and this will max out the Empress Arcana.
Welcome to the Velvet Room.
Now you can see what I mean when I say Margaret's lines are just weird observations of persona and then weirdly hitting on us. I guess she means that we're not easily sent insane by tedious and mundane tasks. Which, still, screw you, lady. I will say that at least in Golden and 5, those become more fun because you can pick the inherited skills. Now there actually is a reason to max this out. Besides the fact that it was easy, it was already there, and it didn't take any of my time to do it, so... I'm not sure what she means by answer, but... we have done a thing that we needed to do. And we're fairly well set up for the final dungeon. Well, not the final dungeon, but the upcoming one. That's what I meant to say. Oh god, what do you mean? I've never fused Trumpeter before, so it auto-registered. I checked that before I went to talk to Margaret. Alright, time to get back to talking to people now that we have a winged skeleton in our soul. It doesn't tell you what skills are... oh. That's horrid. Dude, you're an adult man. She is a teenager. Stop being creepy. Can I burn this entire town down? You're ever happy? Like, ever? Does it not let you back out or anything? Or does it, like, preset when you have the persona and you can't, even completely leaving won't do it? Did I get a new thing to ask people? Yeah, I did. So time to ask people with this new thing. It's up to her, I guess. Holy crap! Is that why? Is that part of why Strange Journey is so awful to play? God. I can barely tolerate that in Nocturne. In Nocturne, I'm like paranoid, stocking up bullets and toilet paper for the end of the world in 2012 level of paranoid in that game. Okay. Can I set him on fire then? If I can't burn the town down, can I at least set him on fire? The fact that nobody's seen anything suspicious is, in and of itself, suspicious to me. Okay, I was just, like, thinking about what the options were and waiting to see if anybody had seen anything. Oh, this is a quest. Okay. I mean, we're not gonna turn anything in, so I'll pick it up. You get exactly 0 penalties for not finishing quests. You just don't get the rewards. So can I not question people here at the riverbed? But yeah, the fact that nobody's seen anybody suspicious and the fact that literally everyone is struggling to remember the murders, those things are suspicious in themselves. Kittens! Save the kittens from the fog, Soji! Don't leave them out here in the fog! I do not like this. Something fishy is afoot. Where else can we check? Like, I can understand the teen is not remembering it, but... but the adults? Everyone else? Oh, hello. Fuck Naoto. Good lord. Nenakoto. She said her friend was wandering around the shopping district, huh? Let's see if we can find them. RESG, right? Oh, well, it was her. Did we get something new to talk about? No. I've exhausted everything I can think of. I talked to everybody I could find that I could talk to. That was where I was thinking. I was like, did they put somebody outside my house? That'd be kind of weird considering there's never anybody there but that one weird lady, but worth a shot. No, I asked every single person. Oh, Kanji! He's such a sweet, sensitive little baby. That is the only other place I can think to look, though, so maybe they just randomly stuck somebody there. Hmm. I must have just not asked somebody something. Oh, I think I know what it is, and if it is what I think it is, I'm gonna be mad. You gotta ask the lady who gave you the keyword. I'm mad at myself for not thinking of that.
I'm seriously pooped. This stuff's a lot harder when you don't have a badge to flash. I walked around all day and didn't hear anything good.
That's a major thing, though. There is no new information.
It was the same for me. There was absolutely no talk about the case whatsoever, let alone the true culprit.
Nobody saw anything?
Ditto for me. Actually, in my case, I kept getting bombarded with questions and couldn't get them onto the main subject at all. The killer must be pretty good to have pulled this off without being seen by anyone in this small town.
Or could it be the opposite?
What should we do?
Well, one steak bowl, please.
That's not what I meant. But then again, I guess we might as well take a break. I'll have a crab and egg fried rice.
I'll have roast pork ramen with extra noodles.
Now that our tummies are full, let's share what we learned, even if it wasn't much. So, to sum up, there really was no new information. The end?
The police had an unusually large number of officers in their initial investigation of the first two incidents. To find facts that even they overlooked would be difficult indeed, now that over half a year has passed. There wasn't a single report of suspicious persons being witnessed to begin with. Miss Yamano had ardent fans, whereas Saki-san didn't. But otherwise, the conditions are the same.
You know, every time I tried to ask about the case, everyone ignored me and kept ranting about the damn fog.
Yeah, that or the Midnight Channel. I asked around about Teddy too, but no one's seen him. Gee, I wonder where he could have gone.
Do you have anything, Naoto? Any new, deductions?
Without any new data to work with, there isn't much I can do. But there must be someone in town who meets all the criteria for this case. The killer must have a connection to both Saki-san and Miss Yamano, as well as be in a position to observe our actions periodically to some extent. Finally, it must be someone who could approach Senpai's house without arousing suspicion. I need some fresh air before I give it more thought. I'll be outside.
So, upcoming is the final check for whether or not you dodge the bad end.
It's snowing. No wonder it's chilly.
It's freezing out here.
You're in a fur coat.
Maybe this'll help clear my head and get my deductive muscles flexing.
Is it that cold? He's in a fur coat and still shivering?
Hey, is it snowing? Too bad the fog's so thick. The snow just gets lost in it. the matter?
I'll sum it up when we actually get to the choice. So you have 3 chances to pick the culprit. I believe you can pick from nearly everyone in the game that you had interactions with, but here's the thing. So the most likely culprit has to have A, been able to be around and get access to Yamano and Saki without arousing suspicion or being rebuffed. B, be around them in a way that the killer could push them into a TV. They have to be able to get through the town without being seen suspicious at all. They have to be able to observe our interactions and the things we do to an extent. They have to be able to approach Dojima's house without bringing up any questions, and they have to have been able to do all this without ever being noticed, being seen as suspicious, being seen out of place, and to dodge the notice of the police as well. These are all the clues we have, and we have to put them together to figure out who the culprit is. Now I'm gonna give a brief break in the stream here for when it actually goes up as an archive. If you want to try to think over this and puzzle this and write everything down yourself, pause here. Okay, back. Good. There's only one person who fits all of those criteria. And it is Adachi. I actually had to look this up because I didn't even remotely consider that Adachi could be it, because he just seems so... Well, it's Adachi.
Huh? What about him?
Detective Adachi.
But Adachi is the only correct answer.
A member of the police force. That is an interesting approach. It would certainly explain the lack of witness reports. It's the same reason no one ever reported seeing Namatame's truck.
This is a small town, so everyone must have known who he is. And since he's a detective, people definitely wouldn't have thought of him as being suspicious.
Detectives can do almost anything without arousing suspicion.
In fact, he could use his position to his advantage and hide critical information.
Huh. Well, if you think of it that way, I guess it's possible. But we're talking about Adachi here, right? I mean, really? Adachi? He's your textbook lousy detective. Are we really on the right track here?
Actually, regarding Detective Adachi, I'm not sure how to put it, but there's something that's been bothering me about him for some time now.
Yeah?
Perhaps it's just my imagination, so I shouldn't speak too...
Aw, she's cute.
It's cold. I think we've cooled down enough here. Let's go back in.
Yosuke does have a point, though. Adachi seems a very unlikely candidate, considering he wasn't even competent enough to do much of anything, but...
Adachi-san?
He is the only one who fits the pattern.
Can't be. I mean, he said he came to escort Ms. Yamano and...
Wait, what?
What? Was he at your inn when the announcer was staying there?
When Miss Yamano was staying at our inn, the media were swarming all over it. That's when Adachi-san arrived, saying he'd been assigned to guard her. He told our waitress that fame could be rough.
Guard her? He didn't spend the night there?
Huh. I wonder if he knew Ms. Yamano.
I don't know about that, but I heard he did call out to a girl in my class. I found out this afternoon,
Call out?
but I thought, you know, that's just how cops are. So I didn't think it had anything to do with the
What
case.
do you mean call out?
Detective Adachi also questioned Saki-san, the one who found the announcer's body, on numerous occasions.
So he had access to
I
both.
heard it was because there was so little information about the case at the time, but it's certainly unusual to question someone with as strong an alibi as hers multiple times.
Then you think he had something else on his mind?
And that something is what connects those two victims to Adachi-san? Come to think of it, we've been running into that guy a lot, in all sorts of places. And every time he'd tell us what the police were doing before saying, "Oops, I said too much," and clamming up. Was that all to throw us off the trail?
It would be no problem for him to drop that warning letter into your mailbox either. Not to mention the fact that he can destroy any evidence that might point to him.
So yeah, congratulations. By picking Adachi, you have now dodged the bad end trigger.
Is it really Adachi-san?
This is still only a tentative theory. We should work to confirm it as soon as possible. This is Naoto Shirogane. Something has occurred to me about the case, and I'd like to get Detective Adachi's input on it. Huh? The transport? It's right now? Right, I see. Thank you.
What was that about a transport?
Why do I feel like Namatame might be in danger?
Detective Adachi is headed to the hospital to prepare for Namatame's relocation. We must head there at once.
Hey, Adachi, we got some questions for you.
Huh? What are you guys doing here? Hey, do you know where Dojima-san went? They told me he snuck out of his room again.
I assure you, we've made it clear to him several times that he needs to stay put, but he keeps going off on his own.
Poor nurse.
Jeez, with Namatame finally relocated, I was looking forward to going home.
So, he's been relocated. I've been wondering. You seem to be in a terrible hurry to get him out of this hospital.
Huh? Oh, well, yeah. I mean, we can't leave him here with Dojima-san and Nanako-chan around. Didn't you guys think so too? Hey, what are you doing here anyway? Nanako-chan's room is in the other wing. Don't you think you should leave before Dojima-san finds you? If he catches you, he'll start pestering you again.
Speaking of Dojima,
Adachi, where's Namatame?
Dojima,
There's been a lot
whatever.
of noise today for some reason.
Dojima-san, what are you doing here? Namatame's already been relocated. I was looking for you so I could tell you that.
You did what? Who authorized that? There's still more I need to ask him about.
Give me a break, Dojima-san.
Those first two murders have been bothering me. His motives are shaky and his alibi is rock solid. We closed a lot of loopholes on the basis of his testimony. But that part's still nagging at me.
Is this more of your detective's intuition? He's already been relocated. It's no use hassling me about it. And you kids should really get home too. You're gonna get in the way of police
That's
business.
suddenly forceful of you, Adachi.
What's gotten into you today? It's odd to see you taking work so seriously.
Come on! I'm always giving 110% when it comes to the job.
Not really.
You should get back to work too, Dojima-san. Your current assignment? Get better as soon as possible.
What are you all doing here?
We came to confirm something with Adachi-san.
The time the announcer went missing? I can't say for sure offhand. It's not like I saw her or anything. That was months and months ago, too. My memory's kinda hazy that far back.
That's a lie, Adachi. Considering Yukiko herself saw you.
Why wouldn't I question her? She discovered the announcer's body. But she didn't know much about it, so I only talked with her once or twice.
That's also a lie.
Was that all you wanted to ask? Well, I hope it helped.
What do you got to say about that, then?
Warning letter?
The one that was delivered to his house. It's in police custody now, correct?
I don't really remember.
Hey, what do you mean you don't remember? I gave it to you to take down to the crime lab for processing. You're telling me you forgot?
I'm sorry. Your accident was right after that, and what with one thing and another, it sort of slipped my mind. Besides, that thing was just a prank, wasn't it? Jeez, what are you asking me all this for? For crying out loud, what's this all supposed to be about? Dojima-san, you really need to get back to your bed. That's why your wounds aren't healing. And you all need to go home right now. Do you have any idea what time it is?
I think he's unraveling.
I'm going back. I need to get to the station and report in.
You're not going anywhere.
Just one more thing, please. We know for certain now that the first two murders weren't Namatame's doing. Someone else killed them. Adachi-san, do you have any idea who that might be?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
'Cause we think it might have been you.
What? That's ridiculous! We already know Namatame's the one who put them all in!
Whoops-a-doodles.
What did you just say?
Adachi just hung
Put
himself
them
from the
all in.
rafter.
What's this putting them in business? Do you know something about the method behind their murders? Don't tell me that all that talk about TVs and whatnot from before was...
Yep, we just told them about going in. Or
I
about
see.
being able to access
Now
it.
I finally understand.
We made no
To
mention
tell
of
the
what
truth,
it did.
Adachi-san, I've been fixated on something you once said. Before I didn't know why, only that it sounded a wrong note to me. Do you recall when I read Namatame's diary? At the scene of Dojima-san's accident. At the time, I said, even the victims who survived and were never released to the public are written here. And in response, your words were, wow, then that settles it. How, I wonder, would that settle anything? At the time, the police had no idea that there had been other attempted murders related to the case. You had no reason to say such a thing.
Yep.
After all, there are countless examples of people disappearing for a few days. Yet when I read the list of names, you raised no objection. Odd, that. What do you say to that, Detective Adachi?
That rope's getting tighter and
I
tighter.
don't know. I said I'm busy!
Wait, you son of a bitch! Adachi! Ah, damn it! Adachi!
So are you ready? 'Cause something's about to happen.
What the? I swear he ran this way.
Damn it! Where the hell'd he go?
TV?
Did you find him? I contacted security. Nobody's seen Adachi and there's no record of anyone leaving this area. So he must be still in this ward somewhere.
He's still here? But we looked! We didn't find him anywhere.
That bastard.
Dojima, I think you need to sit down.
Dojima-san? For heaven's sake, what are we going to do with you?
Sorry. I got carried
I think
away.
the idea is that they didn't,
Do you even want to get better? If you keep this up, there could be lasting damages. Have you forgotten how much trouble it caused you last time?
Adachi knows the other world
You're
is
right.
dangerous.
Sorry.
He knows it's killed 2 people. I think that's why they didn't immediately jump to that conclusion.
You've got to find Adachi. I need to square this away with him. Please.
He hasn't left this ward yet? I don't think he would. But could he have...
Yeah, I think so. If he's the killer, he can go through, right?
You mean he went in through here?
We searched every inch in the direction he ran off. There's nowhere to hide. I don't think we could have missed him.
He was cornered. It's highly probable that he escaped there. If he does indeed turn up on the other side, that should prove beyond a doubt that he is the true culprit.
Yep.
Damn. So I guess we were right. What do we do now?
Let's go in tomorrow, so we're going in prepared.
I think it's too dangerous to go in from here. We're not 100% positive he used this TV, and on top of that, we don't know where it might lead. Let's go in from Jeunesse, like always. It'll be fine. So long as we're ready for him, we'll crush that jerk in one strike.
So hey, Pi, what was the name of those, evil spirits you mentioned to us some time ago? The Magatsu something. So there was like a grouping of evil spirits and there was a grouping of good spirits that opposed them or something like that? Well, look at where we are. So this is the reason why I think it was some kind of supernatural intervention that saved Nanako and whisked Teddy away. Teddy not only was in the Sea of Unconscious where the Velvet Room was, he's here in the Velvet Room itself.
Where am I? Sensei? Why are you here? I see. How mysterious. There are so many things I don't know about. But I did realize something. I've been thinking all this time about who I really am. But I couldn't find the answer. I was no one from the start. Humans live in the other world, and shadows live in this world. From the beginning, that's all there was to it. I was just a shadow in that world.
Who cares?
You're always so kind, Sensei.
You're our friend. So what's it matter if you're a shadow?
I figured something out. That day at the hospital, I realized that I really can't do anything. As soon as I thought that, I lost consciousness. Then when I woke up, I was inside the fog. Shadows can't stay in the human world.
They aren't allowed.
You sure about
I
that?
walked and walked, but there was nothing all around me. Just when I started thinking that I couldn't go anywhere, I heard the noise of a car. And then I was here.
Yep, the Velvet Room picked Teddy up so he wouldn't
I
disappear.
remember lots of things now. My world is a place shaped by human thoughts. One day, a shadow living in that world awakened to human emotions. But humans and shadows are completely different entities. So he made himself forget that he was a shadow. He wanted to forget. He wanted people to like him. And that's how he came to look like this.
Yep, Teddy is a shadow formed from the human desire to be liked.
I really am stupid. What the other Teddy said before, in the end, it was all true. No matter how much I search for myself, I have no self. There was no me to begin with.
But Teddy's missing one
Just
fact
a
here.
shadow that took a different form so humans would like me. It would have been better if I had never remembered. But I did.
Not that. But he is
Well,
missing an important
probably
thing.
turn back to a regular shadow soon. Oh yeah, Sensei. One day, when you meet Nana-chan in heaven, apologize for me. Tell her, I'm sorry I couldn't do anything. Tell her, I'm
Exactly.
really sorry.
Persona is the manifestation of one's subconscious, one's self. And shadow and persona are the same thing. If Teddy has a persona, he's no longer just a shadow. He not only tamed his inner self, he tamed his own nature.
Huh? Really?
That's why Teddy gained that body,
Nana-chan's...
his body at that point.
Wow, that's wonderful. I'm so glad.
By gaining a persona and gaining his
Glad
self,
that I could at least hear that.
he became human.
My heart feels so much lighter now. I'm starting to feel sleepy. What a strange place. It feels so soothing. It's not like my world. Something just feels so nostalgic about this place. Could this be your dream world, Sensei?
Not quite, but something like that, Teddy.
Aha. But I wonder why I met you here. What am I supposed to do now?
Remember what Margaret said? Nothing happens in the Velvet Room without a reason. The fact that Teddy is here and they are not was specifically to bring him back and give us the chance to grab that thin thread of fate and save him.
But I don't know what to look for or how to find it. No matter how hard I think, there's too many things my little brain can't understand. But I do understand one thing now. I'm glad that I met you, Sensei.
Yep, and there's the Star Max. And now we can create the best persona in the game. I don't know if I'm high enough level to create it, but dang nabbit, I'm gonna make it.
But I have to get going.
Man, you're not going anywhere.
This is your place. It doesn't seem like somewhere that I'd be allowed to stay.
Of course it is.
Goodbye, Sensei.
Teddy, if I don't find you somewhere in the real world, I'm going to come to the afterlife and give you such a beating.
It seems the words in your memory weren't the only things you summoned here. This is a room for guests who have an ego that can be nurtured. Shadows, mere fragments broken off from the ego, have no place here. The water's strength has moved a single stone that had stopped, returning it once again into the flow. Very interesting. Well now, it's about time we departed once again. This vehicle is still on its journey. There is no reason to tarry here for long. Margaret?
Also, just as Igor said,
We're ready to go. Let us depart.
shadows cannot exist in the Velvet Room. That Teddy appeared proves that he's become human.
You are every inch the guest I had anticipated. Now, it's time for you to return. I am even more intrigued now as to where this is all headed.
We'll be waiting for your next visit.
Also, I'm actually not too worried about that level 87 because I can get to that level fairly simply.
How did it go? Did you find Teddy?
No, and no one's seen him either.
Ugh, that annoying little furball. Just when we're at a turning point in the case, too.
We have no choice. Let's pursue Adachi for now.
And here we go.
Whoa! Look how dense this fog is. It's gotten even worse than before.
What the? There's this malicious aura everywhere. It feels completely different from the last time I was here. I think we'd better hurry. Give me a sec to try finding Adachi.
See, I think killing Amino Sagiri let loose the fog permanently.
Does this mean both this world and ours are getting messed up?
I don't think they're thinking about that.
Our glasses work on the fog on the other side. It can't be normal. And I heard more people are falling ill because of the fog. I wonder what's going to happen.
That's what I think the idea is that...
I sense him. Adachi's definitely in here.
Are you serious? Which way?
Hold on.
So he did come to this side. Well, that settles it. There's virtually no doubt remaining that he's the true culprit. Once we capture him, solving the mystery of this world and the rest of the case can't be far behind.
Then maybe we'll find out where Teddy came from too. Man, where is that bear anyway?
Well, I can say for sure he's not here. And I know Adachi is here, but I can't track him down myself. Gee, Ted, why aren't you here when we need you most?
I think the idea is that the TVs are actually against the far back wall in these cutscenes, and Teddy just never despawned them. Well, look who's here.
I see. I came back, but it really doesn't matter. I'm completely useless.
Teddy.
Nana-chan, I'm so sorry.
Teddy? It is you, Teddy. I heard your voice. You said, hang in there. I heard my big bro and everyone else too.
Nana-chan! Hold on! I'll get the doctor!
It seems she's asleep again.
Nana-chan told me that she heard my voice. She heard me say, hang in there.
It could be that her frankly miraculous recovery was because everyone's voices reached her. Even unconscious, people are capable of hearing others' voices.
My voice. And theirs too. Everyone.
In any case, there are too many things we don't understand about her condition and what caused it. We're doing our best, but it's difficult when everything about her illness is a total unknown.
Unknown.
Well, if anything happens, please send for me.
If I'm an unknown being, then the way I can change is unknown too. So all I have to do is make them not unknown. Nana-chan's doing her best. Sensei and the others are probably fighting now too. I'm just a shadow. But Nana-chan cheered up when she heard my voice. So what if I'm just a shadow? There must be something I can do. I can't just give up thinking about things. That's why I came back here. Right, Nana-chan?
Ta-da! It evolved into a thing. It's a thing. That's really all I got to say about it.
Right. I need to get back to the others. Hang in there, Nana-chan. I'll be back soon.
It's no use. I can only tell that Adachi is here, not his exact location.
Rise-chan.
If only Teddy was with us.
Didn't he say his nose is practically useless now? And could he even help us find that bastard?
How rude, Kanji.
Nope. He'd be no help at all. But he was always there to support me whenever.
That bear's a loudmouth, but he's nice to have around. He's always so full of energy.
He's lighthearted and always optimistic.
I'm alright. I just got a little dizzy. The fog's so dense. It's hard to see through it.
Why don't we call it a day? It won't do us any good if you collapse.
I agree. If Rise-san became fatigued, even if we found Adachi, our capacity in battle would be reduced.
Hello, portrait
Moreover,
error.
it's almost nighttime. We should return to our world for the present.
I think that's just the game. I don't think that's from the disc.
Damn it! We came so far to run smack into a dead end.
I know he's in there too. What's wrong with me? My powers are completely useless. Teddy?
Teddy!
You little... Where the hell were you?
I'm sorry.
You idiot! Bad bear! Bad! You're so late! Who do you think you are?
Rise-chan? Are you faking?
I don't think she is this time.
No, stupid!
Sorry. I want to help you all again.
You know how much trouble you caused, you dumb bear? Where the hell were you?
I'm sorry. I figured out a lot of things. Stuff about me. And that world. I wanted to tell you all.
A shadow? You mean you're one of those things we've been fighting?
Yep. Just like the ones you all know about. Shadows are suppressed human thoughts given form. Everyone has them inside.
Wait, you say you're a shadow, but you didn't attack us. And you kept telling us from the start that you wanted to bring peace and quiet back to that world, right?
But in the end, I was just an ordinary shadow. Nothing special about me at all. I did everything I could until now to try and make my world peaceful. But instead, the weird fog started seeping out into this world, too.
Teddy, you're a shadow
I'm
that...
sorry. I'm really sorry. If I really was special, then maybe...
You're a shadow that gained a persona
It's
and a
no big
body.
deal. I mean, we weren't expecting much from you in the first place.
Wow, rude,
And
Yosuke.
about you being a shadow, we pretty much figured you were something like that anyway.
Huh? What are you saying?
So, he's not wrong.
Here I am, pouring my heart out to you, and you say you thought I was something like that anyway? No normal person would think such a pretty bear could really be a shadow.
You had no body.
So what's the problem with being a shadow?
It's true that you may have been born that way, but you now possess the power of persona. A shadow is suppressed power. Once controlled by the ego, it becomes a persona. Doesn't it follow then that you must have developed an ego? Whether the ego masters its shadow or the shadow awakens to its ego. The only difference I see is the order in which the process occurred.
Oh, Teddy's practically human then.
I'm the same as humans?
You keep trying to figure out who you are, just like all of us here. You can't do much on your own. You really aren't that special. See? What's so different between you and us?
Aw, Teddy. I want to hug him.
Thank you. I'm so glad I met you guys.
The rest of us were pretty much a group of misfits to begin with, too, right? You fit right in, man.
I beg your pardon? Who are you calling a misfit?
Isn't that just you, Senpai?
Hey, that's not something a detective would say. Or an idol, either. Geez, stop crying, will ya? Now's not the time for that. While you were gone, we figured out who murdered the announcer and Senpai. It was Adachi.
Huh? Adachi? That total goofball? Wow, I didn't notice at all. Looks like I'm pretty blind to that sort of thing. But you all know him. If you can't find someone like that, I don't think I can help you.
Like I said, we're not expecting much from you.
Well, the main thing is, it's hard to get pumped about this without someone nice and fuzzy around.
Yeah, what Kanji said.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
All right, now that the band's back together, let's take it from the top. Starting tomorrow.
It's been a while, but I'll do my best to look for him too. Leave it to Fuzzy.
So tomorrow we get to find Adachi and see just where he's holed himself up. But I mean, it can't be too bad, right? Persona users don't make dungeons. Right?
I'll give it a try, but if Rise-chan couldn't find him, I really doubt someone with a dried-up nose like me will be much help. I do smell a Dachi baby in here.
No, Teddy.
But the fog is completely covering up his scent.
Do not call him that.
Teddy, you can't do it either?
When you look at me with those eyes, I get this feeling I've gotta sniff him out no matter what. This is my time to shine. Ooh, I'm getting something.
Whoa, Teddy!
Teddy?
Hey, quit wandering around. You better not flake out on us again.
Teddy?
Huh? I sense it from this away.
Is it Itachi?
How do I put it? It's kinda hazy, but at the same time, it feels like I've got a whopper on the line.
I don't get it.
Very suspicious. This definitely smells. But that's weird. If I remember right, that's where Sensei Yosuke and Chie-chan came from when I met them for the first time.
Oh dear.
When we first... Where was that? Oh, you mean that creepy-ass room where all the faces on the posters were cut out?
Yep, there's someone there.
Teddy, you really are amazing.
It was just dumb luck. It's because that's where I first sensed Sensei and the others. That's why it kinda smelled over there.
Ah, I see. Wait, did you say it smelled? Wasn't that the room where Yosuke had to go to the bathroom and...
You didn't actually do it, and can we please forget that joke forever?
You're saying he beat his pants there?
Ew, I don't want to hear it.
Oh, you lie so bad! Dude, I did not piss my pants!
Guys, murderer!
Shit, quit spreading random rumors about stuff like that.
We have a priority here.
Well, it happened so long ago. My memory's kind of fuzzy, you know?
Okay, guys, enough fuzziness. Follow me, the master of fuzzy logic. Hee hee.
I haven't heard you crack up in a while, Yukiko. Though I really wonder sometimes about your sense of humor.
I kind of get why they did it. They couldn't possibly make it slower without dragging it out painfully, but,
Damn bitch.
look who's here!
I noticed her first, and she just had to run off and have an affair. Who's there? Oh, it's you guys.
Yep.
You're very
The
persistent.
mask has been dropped. And I hope you're ready to see Adachi for who he really is.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're not lying your way out of this one, damn it! Just being here proves it! Answer us! You're the one who threw Ms. Yamano into the TV, aren't you?
It was an accident. She started struggling. What else was I supposed to do? I called her out to the lobby because I wanted to ask her something, and then she started getting hysterical on me.
I'll be ready for these motivations as well, because, well,
Who are you?
you'll see.
And what's this something important you called me out here for?
What they say on the news isn't true, is it? All that talk about you having an affair and whatnot, it's all a lie, right?
Why do I have to explain myself to you?
I see. So you don't deny it. You caught my eye, but it turns out you're another worthless bitch.
What's wrong with you? Don't make me call for help.
Shut up, shut up, shut up! I think you need to see what it's like to fear for your life. It'll get your head straight.
Yep.
What are you going to do? No! Ah!
She fell in. Wow, so people can go completely inside.
Yep. I hope you weren't expecting anything like Namatame, because we don't got that here.
Good thing for me, no one else was around there in the middle of the night.
That happened in our lobby?
I learned about the Midnight Channel through some rumor. You hear a lot of fishy stories like that on the Force. But it was pure coincidence that I touched the screen and discovered my power. I burst out laughing when I found out. I knew right away that this was going to be interesting.
So you tested it out on Mayumi Yamano?
Nah, it was nothing like that. I'm a very sincere fellow.
Uh-huh.
I was just trying to punish the stupid bitch a little for betraying me.
She didn't even know
Yeah,
you.
putting them inside the TV was never the plan. But you know, both Mayumi and that dippy high school girl struggled for no reason.
See, Adachi felt like his interest in her made
Then you were responsible for Saki-senpai's death!
him the owner of her.
Saki?
Like many entitled
Oh, yeah.
men.
Her name was Saki Kunishi, or something like that. At first I just called her in because of work-related stuff. Her being the one who found Mayumi's body and all. And naturally, if there was any chance she'd seen something, I'd need to know, right? So I was all set to be a nice guy to her. And then that bitch.
What's this about anyways? Didn't you call me in for more questions?
Who's gonna make it worse, though?
Well, we'll get to that. But you know, I saw you this afternoon. You were getting pretty cozy with that Namatame.
Oh, slap!
Huh. So I'm not good enough for you.
Yep.
Well, I know how to deal with girls like you.
He was
No!
probably gonna rape Saki.
God, these high school girls today. This world's gone straight to shit. When I was in school, I wasn't allowed to do anything but study my ass off. I was supposed to be the best of the best, and instead they stick me in the boonies. But I guess I got the sweet power to make up for it. Life's not so bad after all.
See, Adachi's pretty much rotten to the core.
Get on your knees and beg, and maybe I'll let you out.
Can she even hear you? It's usually quite a fall.
Yeah, like that'll happen. As if I'd walk into a death trap like that. It was a lot easier the second time. High school girls are thinner, you know? Lighter.
You son of a bitch!
Come on, give me a break. I didn't know it was dangerous inside the TV. It's not like I was trying to kill them.
You sure did by the time of Saki.
I mean, I'm sure they hit on Namatame, not the other way around.
That don't fly.
The council secretary will one day rise to public office himself. Mayumi and that high schooler were just gold digging. They got exactly what they deserved. I didn't do anything wrong at all.
Shut the hell up! You knew from what happened to Mayumi Yamano that people die in here!
So what if I knew? Nah, he called the police in the middle of the night, just after they found that Saki girl's body. The rest of the force had their hands full with the double homicide, and it happened that I was the one who took the call.
Namatame said the police refused to take him seriously. You were responsible for that, then.
Oh, quite the contrary. If anyone else had taken the call, sure. But I actually did believe him, you know?
That's the pattern to the 2 deaths so far? And now you're seeing a girl in a kimono on that weird program, and you think she'll die too, is that right? Namatame-san, do you seriously expect us to believe something like that?
But it's true! If there's any way the police can protect her...
Listen, there's no way the police are going to make a move based on a fantasy story like that. It does sound interesting, though.
But...
Oh, I have an idea. If you really want to save her that much, why not do it yourself? Like, you could shelter her somewhere. Someplace where no one could find her.
Yep.
Where no one could find
You
her?
let the mask slip around Namatame as well.
Save her yourself. You can do it. I'm busy, so I'm hanging up now. Bye.
Also, are your phones not, like, recorded and monitored in the police station here, Adachi?
Isn't that amazing? Of all the people who could have received Namatame's call, it ended up being me. Talk about luck! All I did was give him a little push. And he completely bought into his vision of this world. The more people you guys saved, the more he'd kidnap. Both sides had the best of intentions, so the game of cat and mouse would never end. It was awesome.
You gotta be shitting me!
Why? What reasons could you have for doing that?
Reasons? None, really. I could do it, that's all. And it was fun. I guess that's my reason?
You murdered people just for the fun of it?
Come on. All I did was put people in here. I didn't murder them. And Namatame did most of it. I had nothing to do with any of you.
You're just dodging the blame!
Yeah? Then how would you prove it? He put people inside TVs? You think the police are that stupid?
God, what a jerkwad!
I do admit, though, I never thought you guys would manage to track me down. I like that. Games like this gotta have surprises or they get boring fast. It's like when I dealt with that Kubo kid. That was fun, too.
So you're the one who put him in the TV.
Then, you mean to say that Mitsuo Kubo's disappearance was your doing as well? I did sense something odd in his course of action. If he had special powers and wanted attention, why resort to a regular copycat crime?
He's neither rich nor cool enough for
But that
that.
wasn't the case. Kubo had no such powers. In fact, he was thrown in by you. Am I correct?
It had been a while since I last put someone inside the TV, so I really got a kick out of that one.
Why did you do that? And how come Mitsuo didn't say anything about you?
You think that didn't occur to me before I did it? Come on, I'm a detective. I let him through to a room at the station with the TV, switched off the lights, and did it quick while he was still startled. As long as he didn't see me push him in and no one else did either, no one would believe him, even if he survived. Of course, I don't think the Kubo kid ever figured out what happened.
Wait, the police station?
Yeah, he turned himself in pretty quick, actually. This was back when we didn't even know enough to issue a search warrant. But the other officers decided it was just a prank, so they pawned him off on me. I didn't blame them. I mean, a kid coming and saying, "I did it all, it was me." Who'd believe him? But it looked bad. I didn't think anyone would come forward and take the blame for all the incidents. The police were desperate to pin it on anyone. If this kid really did it, they might have announced the case was closed. And if that happened, Namatame would stop saving people. I couldn't let that happen, or the game would be over. That's why I told the others I sent him home. I came up with the idea to put him inside the TV on the spot.
The game would be over? You threw him in just so your fun wouldn't end?
You gotta have some excitement in life, don't you agree? But then you guys put your foot in it yet again and ruined my fun. Thanks to you, Kubo was arrested again, and everyone acted like he was the true culprit behind it all. Couldn't they see how badly he copied the crime scene? It worked out in the end, though, because good old Namatame kept saving people. I guess the guy started to develop some kind of messiah complex, huh? What an idiot.
This is all a game to you. How dare you murder people? Murder Saki-senpai for such a stupid reason! You bastard! I'll never forgive you!
You can keep your forgiveness. Our world will probably become just like this place soon enough anyways. Didn't you notice? The fog's leaking out. Everything on that side's pretty much screwed. The two worlds will merge soon, and then there'll be no difference, no sides anymore.
What the hell's he talking about?
How do you know that, Adachi?
This isn't his real body. The real Adachi is somewhere else.
But this guy feels different from an ordinary shadow. It doesn't seem like he's going berserk.
Adachi's...
Wow, you can tell that much?
How does he have this power?
This me is just around to greet you guys, and thank you for wasting your time by chasing me in here. I'd say this world has taken a real shine to me. I feel like it's giving me everything I've ever wanted.
How come we didn't get
and the
cool,
monsters
like,
don't attack me at all?
projection powers?
Maybe they can tell we have the same goal.
That, by the way, is a giant red flag.
Shadow's goal?
By the end of the year, Inaba will disappear completely into the fog. Soon, this place will be reality. I'll be in this world, so if you want me, come and get me.
Again, how do you know
this
that?
This world has a mind of its own. We'll see which of us it favors.
That's not something you would casually find out, Adachi.
It's about time you shut the hell up. We'll finish this right now!
They just said it wasn't real, Kanji.
What a chump! Didn't I just tell you the real me is somewhere else? I'll be expecting you all. We'll put an end to this.
Get back here, you!
That stuff about the world's mind and how this place will become our reality. Was he serious?
The rest of his confessions were consistent. We'd best proceed under the assumption that it's no lie.
It felt like he's gained some strong power after coming here.
Not only that, maybe he got taken over by that power.
So what he said about the two worlds becoming one, that's really gonna happen?
Didn't he say that it would happen by the end of this year? What happens then?
I think he means this world will engulf the human world. The people in town are acting weird. It's like when the shadows that emerged from people went berserk. If the fog gets even thicker, and this town is completely shut off from the outside world, then the other side might become full of shadows, like over here.
You mean everyone's gonna turn into shadows?
Damn it! Damn that bastard! Why? We went through so much to get here, and now it turns out he was pulling our strings this whole time? Yeah, it's about time we finished this. I don't want to feel this way ever again.
Well, hello.
There's a path we can take now. I sense Adachi's presence from that direction. He's taunting us.
That's police tape on that thing.
Bring it on! Let's go kick his ass right now!
Wait. I suggest we prepare ourselves first. We can't let him stab us in the back ever again. We must face him with all the power at our disposal and defeat him without fail.
I'm a little little worried what he means by the end of the year, but now's not the time to freak out. Let's get prepared. Let's get over-prepared and leave footprints all over his stupid, smug face.
I'll have to check that out, yeah. There's something I do want to point out. I don't know if I'll have time to before people start talking again, though. Adachi is one of the most terrifying villains I think I have ever seen in games. And it's not because he's anything special. It's, in fact, the exact opposite. If you discount the supernatural powers and the serial killing, Adachi is banal. He's mundane. The thoughts he has, the thoughts about how he's entitled to this, he's entitled to that, the thoughts that women who exist in their own lives do not pay attention to him are in the wrong and welcome any ills that come upon them for the crime of happening to have their own desires and preferences that don't include him. Banal. It's something that a lot of men believe. It's something you could find easily in modern day today. You could essentially throw a dart at a wall and you could hit any number of people who believe it. And I find that the most terrifying thing in the world. I am actually going to cut the stream here really quick. We're not stopping, but because I'm going to be going through this dungeon all in one shot, the next video is going to be extremely long. So I just want to go ahead and cut off this hour and a half we've done and get all of that crammed into as much of a video, as short of a video as I can. So just cool your heels for a minute. We'll be right back.